grounding blanket that I sit on, and then I've got my bunker right here. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I kind of wanted to do this video on my bunker and kind of give instructions about how to do it, because the bunker helps to block a lot of the external hits. Like, say they're just shooting a straight stream of directed energy to your groin or to your chest. When I sleep in that at night, I'm pretty much protected from direct hits to my body. It was blocking a lot of the high-pitched noise. Dave CD, really helps with that. It doesn't totally make it disappear for me, but if I didn't have the CD, it would be like bursting my head. It would be like so much that I couldn't take it. Now every day they have to get it they have to restart that high-pitched sound. So most of the time it's kind of sounds like it's off in the distance. But it's I'll put it to you guys this way. Before I started listening to Dave CD, they were, I had the high-pitched sound going. They were doing remote neural monitoring and remote neural manipulation, and they could make it feel like they could entrain my heart. I don't know if a lot of y'all have seen Brian Two's videos, but he's always like, my heart, they're entraining his heart. So through a remote neural manipulation, they're affecting his autonomic nervous system and making it feel like he's having a heart attack. That used to happen to me a ton. They would do that so much before I started listening to Dave CD. Now I do not experience that, because they're not able to get a deep enough biorelevant feedback loop to do that. Now they can kind of make me need to use the bathroom. They can do certain things even though I do listen to the CD, but it seems like the things that they need a deeper entrainment on you, I'm able to knock off. I'm able to really confuse their system of trying to make that biorelevant feedback loop. So it's very, very important, and I want to really make a note of that, and I might do it every so often, because I know that some people don't catch every one of my videos, so I might be kind of repeating that it's very important. And we need, there's so many great, awesome, just intelligent, intelligent, industrious target individuals out there trying to stop this. But for me, I feel like since I have Dave CD as a little bit of a safety blanket, it keeps my thoughts clear, it keeps my emotions clear, and I'm able to do more. And it's still a struggle. This is still a battle. It's still an everyday war. I'm still fired upon by directed energy weapon systems, weapon platforms, neural weapon platforms. But it does give me a leg up. It gives me a huge leg up, and I don't know where I'd be without that thing. So I think the more target individuals that use that, will have more clear-headed target individuals out there. So I really want to push that CD. Especially this year moving forward. And if we give him feedback on how it helps, on how it's helping us, then he can make better things, because he's a very brilliant electrical engineer. He's a target himself, but he doesn't live around a lot of cell phones. He's moved very, very off the grid. He uses his own CD, and he's doing pretty good. He's doing pretty good. He's still, like, if he didn't listen to the CD, they would get, the high-pitched sound back and all that stuff. But he's living a comfortable life where, he can get stuff done, and he can enjoy his life. So yeah. So I just want to say that's been a great thing. He's a blessing. He's a Christian, and it's a real example of how, God is sending us things. We have things within this horrible nightmare that can really help us. The good in the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, has not abandoned us. There's still great human beings out there. So many great TIs, doing great things. I guess I want to mention again, and I've mentioned this before, sometimes I'm going to repeat, guys. I repeat a lot. But just in case, just so everybody kind of gets it, if they're just watching this video, targetedjustice.com, a group of super smart target individuals who got together physically in Texas, and they are preparing for a class action suit. I'm going to jump on board that and help them with whatever they need, and also sign up for the class action suit. But there's tons of people involved. But Midge or Yaya on the conference calls that I know her as Yaya, and Richard Lighthouse are two of them. They're brilliant, great researchers. They know a lot about what's going on. So, targetedjustice.com. Check that website out. And I think that's a good class action suit to get involved in. And I'm going to go ahead because I haven't gotten involved in any class action lawsuits yet. So we've got big stuff coming up this year. A lot of hope. I'm super tired. I'm super tired, guys, and sometimes it's hard to, even making this video, I was like, I just don't have any. My brain's having a hard time thinking of new things to talk about. But I'm still gonna keep talking. I'm still gonna keep talking about it anyway because we need to keep talking about it. We need to, keep on putting our testimonies out. Actually, before I made this video, I was kind of looking for things, articles, websites, information that I could make a video about, and I just kind of, I was, precursorily looking at stuff. Didn't find anything that great, but I was like, well, let's go to, I want to see the people trying to debunk it or whatever. Because I was kind of interested in debunking their debunking, because it's so easy because this is really happening. Like, this is a reality. So any kind of debunking that people do, you just go ahead and you get the facts. You get the defense contractors that put their information directly online, advertise that they are doing research and development for directed energy weapons. Directed energy weapon systems are in the stock market. The patents are there, the information's there, all the thousands and thousands of testimonies around the world of people explaining the same thing, the exact same, effects of these weapons on their body and their hearing and what it's doing, effects on the mind. And it was so silly because the debunking, there was something called, not Wikipedia, but it was like Seneca Wicca or something like that, and it was so ridiculous. Like, the debunking was taking it and they were saying some target individuals talk about aliens, and obviously it's not that aliens aren't attacking. So it wasn't even taking real information that people are talking about as target individuals. It was like going off on these side tangents of things that we don't even talk about. And it was debunking basically information that they were making up. So it's just like, this is silly. It's if I read something like that and debunked the debunking, they're just like, it's like straight up propaganda, so it didn't even make sense. I may do that on a later video though. I might go through some of them trying to debunk or trying to sound like they're debunking this, and show you how ridiculous it is. Just show you how they're not even looking up any of the evidence or the facts. They're not even really listening to targeted individuals who do have it together and are talking about these symptoms very logically. That I was thinking, I was just thinking the mainstream, I guess, propaganda or, mainstream, look over here, nothing's happening, and, everybody who is experiencing the same exact effects of weapons, explaining the same exact, DHS Fusion Center, InfraGard, patrolling, or what we call gang stalking activity, people breaking into their homes, gaslighting, horrible headaches, ringing in the ears, V2K, hits to their body, their chest, their groin. It's like the mainstream information that comes out to say, look over there, this is crazy what those people are saying. And now 50-year-olds can have schizophrenia when that's never been the case. But now the DSM is like making that a new thing. They're making up new excuses for why this is mental illness or something. Those things, if you notice nowadays, the mainstream lie just sounds more and more like the conspiracy theory, and it seems more and more nuts. So, I mean, that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting for all these people that are like, oh, it's a bunch of crazy people, and they're all just, I mean, I worked at Dell Computers, also worked for St. Jude, like while I was being targeted. Why would I want to be making videos, saying that I'm being attacked if I could take a medication, if I had schizophrenia, which I have, I've taken medications for delusions or in schizophrenia, and they did nothing. They did nothing to help this at all. But why would I, and so that was proof. I've tried, I did Seroquel because one of my psychiatrists wanted me to take that. It did nothing. It made me sleep all the time, and the targeting was just the same. The targeting was just the same. Didn't change anything. And then I did another one, for my parents and my psychiatrist to cooperate, to be like, okay, well, I'll try it. I'll try it. I know that this is happening. I've had Crohn's disease when I was little. I know that this is happening, but I'll go ahead and try it. And if it doesn't go, what do we get if we take those medicines that are supposed to, cure schizophrenia, and they do nothing? Then isn't that proof that it's really happening? Why don't we get people admitting that? They just kind of forget about that part. But I don't know. It just kind of it's so weird how the mainstream the logical explanation where people are covering up everything, it gets thinner and thinner every day. To me, it looks thinner and thinner, and it is the conspiracy theory. The mainstream lie is the conspiracy theory, and things like this that are actual fact, people are like, oh, that's a crazy conspiracy theory. Hundreds of at least thousands, tens of thousands of testimonies around the world, probably over 10,000 testimonies in America alone, explaining the same effects, the same the same high-pitched sound, the Cuban embassy attack. 24 State Department workers saying the same exact thing, the high-pitched noise, headaches, concussive effects. This stuff is factual. But I'm kind of getting off the subject. It's just so ridiculous to me. Because what I'm seeing in a lot of these debunking articles, it's almost like somebody's going, all those shootings in the world, like all those shootings where people are shot by guns, that doesn't happen. And those people are imagining those bullet wounds. They're imagining those bullet wounds. They're imagining having to go to the hospital to take care of that, and they're imagining all the policemen that had to come and do an investigation for who shot them, or arrest the person who shot them. It's a little bit that's a little bit like that to me, because and I know it's not exactly like that, because this is invisible. Directed energy is not visible to most naked eyes, so it's a little bit different, than actually just being shot with a gun. But a lot of target individuals have burn marks on their chest. They have scrapes on their faces and their legs. They have physical signs of this. So to me, it is because of what I've experienced throughout the years of torture, and other target individuals telling me their stories and showing me the marks, the burn marks on their chest and the burn marks on their face. To me, somebody going, these people are all, nuts, is like all the people who have been shot with guns, with bullets, they're all imagining it. So it's exactly what it is like to me. And I think it should be a little bit like that to normal people who haven't experienced this. But Alright guys, I'm getting to 30 minutes. I kind of just wanted to do an update video. I did kind of just, go on different subjects and get a